Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore. So at the end of last episode I had been working on my big reactor. I'm going to carry on with the big reactors mod this week. I'm actually going to kind of improve the overall design of my big reactor, so actually make it bigger, because at the moment it's only producing kind of like a little piddly amount of redstone flux. It's only producing at the moment, say, like twice as much as my mechanism wind and solar plants. Eventually what I might do in the next few episodes is actually set up a massive wind farm. So if we go outside, can I show you what I mean? So because I've essentially built my base at a on a redwood tree, it's really high up there, as you can see, so absolutely massive. So what I'm going to do is stick a load of wind, because these wind turbines work really well at altitude. So what I'm going to do is just create like a massive wind farm right at the top of my tree, and then just tesseract all the energy back down, which will be really cool. Should produce quite a lot of redstone flux, and will probably, with that and the big reactors, should sort me out for power for pretty much the rest of my playthrough, I reckon. So yeah, what else have I been up to? So I've also been fairly busy with Thorncraft. So as you can see, I've actually got an absolute ton of aspects research, which is quite cool. But basically I found a list, I might put it in the description, and it's basically like a quick way of researching all the aspects, so you can start digging into loads of cool Thorncraft research stuff. So I'll probably be delving into that in the next few episodes. Have I been doing anything else? Let me have a quick look around. So I don't have any steel in there at the moment. Oh yeah, one thing I did do was there's some random steel goo in there, which I accidentally poured out into the basin. I'm sure I'll get topped eventually. But if we go to steel, no, never mind. Basically, what was happening is that with the smeltery, when you pour out, say for example I had like steel in here, if I poured it out as an ingot into like the ingot cast like this, it'd come out as a railcraft steel ingot. But if I poured it out into a block using the casting basin instead of the casting table, I got a block of steel which came from Tinker's Construct. Now the problem with using the Tinker's Construct steel, and when you then broke it down into its ingots, it was still a Tinker's Construct ingot. Now the problem that I was facing, that if I then wanted to run it through the plate bending machine to make steel plates, it wouldn't, because Dio and Greg obviously had their little spat, Tinker's Construct stuff was never going to talk well with GregTech machines. So what I basically built myself real quick was what's called a unifier right here. Now what the unifier does, it's able to convert kind of resources from one mod to another. So for example, because I have steel from, because you can get steel from Tinker's Construct, you get steel from Railcraft using things such as the industrial blast furnace. Have I actually got any steel in there? Oh wow, I've actually got 23 steel in there. Fair enough, did not realise that. Yeah, because you've got steel from that, and you can also get steel from the Tinker's Construct smeltery. If you literally just say, for example, I wonder if this will change it. So no, it won't unify it to Railcraft, back to Tinker's Construct. So I think what you can do, well, with the Tinker's Construct one, if you drop, say for example, if this was Tinker's Construct steel instead of Railcraft steel, when you drop it in the unifier, it automatically converts it straight to Railcraft steel, which then means you can then run it through the GregTech machines and use it for things such as steel plates and stuff which you need it for, which is quite cool. It also does other things such as, if you create, on my Unhinged world, if you created Mine Factory Reloaded bioethanol or biofuel, whatever it was, you couldn't directly then use that in Industrial Crafts bio engines or whatever it was until you ran it through a unifier, because you can run liquids through as well, which is quite cool. So this unifier from Mine Factory Reloaded is particularly useful for kind of converting items over and stuff like that. Last thing I need to show you is, oh my god, don't have a hold down to my basement anymore. But what I've actually managed to do is, one of you suggested ages ago, is to actually use what's called the open world elevator blocks. And that's really simple recipe. Literally, if I just show you in here, so if we go to elevator, there we go, elevator, open blocks is literally an ender pearl and some wool. You make a couple of them, you put them within line of sight. You can have like, what the hell was that? I heard something exploding. That wasn't good. Where was something exploding? I heard an explosion. I don't like the sound of that. That's mental. Right, I'm gonna have to go look downstairs. Hopefully it wasn't in my basement. Yeah. So basically, what you can do. Has anything exploded down here? Doesn't look like anything's exploded down here. Very weird. I don't know what happened there. I just had an explosion. I was like, what the hell just exploded? I have no idea. Doesn't look like anything's exploded, which is okay. Although, for some random reason, none of these engines hardly seem to be getting any coal whatsoever. I will have to improve this whole setup using like applied energistics import and export buses, which I'll probably do off camera at some point, or maybe do it in the next episode when I kind of go around improving my power generation. I might, for the next episode, build my massive wind plant, and then also upgrade my whole tree farm into tree farms, turning into charcoal, steam dynamo thing, automate it all using ME. But for now, what we're going to do for the rest of the episode is to actually upgrade this big reactor setup. So how are we looking? So we've got some fuel in there at the moment. So at the moment, it's only producing 210 redstone flux per tick, which is fairly minuscule, I'll be honest. So let me just eject waste, and there's a cyanide inject. Let me just make sure I've got all the fuel out of there so I don't waste any as I destroy it. So I think that's all the fuel out of there. You may have noticed that since you take out, it actually performs better with lots and lots of fuel inside, which is fairly cool. But let me just shift. Can I shift you up? There we go. That's weird. Let me just shift these up for a second. What I'm going to do is just kind of go around demolishing this. So let me just start destroying it. There we go. As you can see, the multi-block structure is lost. So we're just going to go around, smash this all up. Oh, you can actually see some. That's quite cool. You can actually see like cyanite left in the Yellorium fuel rod, which is quite cool. So what I'm just going to do is make this into a 5x5 big reactor as opposed to a teeny tiny 3x3. And basically what that means is that you can go for much better kind of cooling and stuff with the 5x5, and that's the whole reason why I've got, if you have a look in my inventory, I've got buckets of resident ender and buckets of destabilized redstone to basically pour around my my big reactor. So I'm just going to tear all this up real quick, like so. Hopefully tearing this up doesn't make it explode in my face or something. Nope, just dug it up like so. So we're just going to finish smashing this up. Now, I think my basement here is only 4 high, so I might have to dig into the floor one just to make sure that everything is all in place. So we just carry on smashing all this up, and then we can start building like so. 2 more blocks, and then we're good to go. Might have to make a few more blocks before finishing this off. So here we go. So I need to make a 5x5 structure. So that's 3x3, and then that's 5. I think that's 5. That one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just need to go 5 there, and bosh. There we go. That should be enough space for my my big reactor. So let me just start plonking down some reactor casings like so, making up this floor. So this is the first stage of the big reactor. There we go. So we've got the floor in place, quite nice. So then we want to go up 5 blocks, smash out that torch, start making the good old structure like so. There we go. Did not want those 3 there, as I will be putting reactor, reactor glass or whatever it is. Yeah, reactor glass. Be putting that down. Okay, so we're just going to make the kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The outline, like so. Here we go. Oh, apparently I'm out of reactor casing, so not enough control rods. Yep, I know that. So I'm going to need to go make myself some more reactor casings really quick, which is going to require some steel. So do I have more steel? I do. Excellent. 64 steel dust. Let me start turning that into more steel by, let's grab some carbon source, i.e. my charcoal. Chuck you in there like so. See how the elevator block. So with these elevator blocks, to go down you press shift. Obviously we can't go down because there's nothing below this one, but to go up you literally just press space. It goes you up to your corresponding one downstairs. So shift goes down, space goes up. Really, really cool, like that. I'm gonna start running this steel through the smeltery like so. I'm almost out of fuel, I think, so I'm gonna have to go make myself some more fuel, probably with just a magma crucible. I'll just run some cobblestone through there, make some steel that way. So what I need, if we go for big reactor, there we go. I want the reactor casing, voila. 4, okay, so I'm missing graphite. That's fair enough, that's not the worst thing to be missing, I'll be honest. We just make a load of graphite. Wow, I have a shit ton of that black granite cobblestone coming in. I've got like a massive full-size quarry running off over yonder, and it's going to take a little while to get down to bedrock, that one, so I'm going to have to kind of... This is why I'm kind of keen on getting more power going into my system, just because then I think I'm out of lava. Yeah, I think I am, and I don't think it's fully... I think it's going to melt all that steel, and then it'll probably run out. So I'll keep the steel on me for now. I've got some more reactor casings. Perfectamundo. We'll go down to my basement. Oh, I love the elevator. That is so cool. Oh, brilliant. So there we go. So that is the outline for the casing, I think. Yep, that looks good to me. So then what we can do is get the reactor controller. I'm just going to have the one... I want reactor controller, like so. Just going to have the one fuel rod in for now. And then we'll have the Yellorium fuel rods coming down the middle, like so. There we go. That's all in place. Then what we need to do is start putting in the reactor glass. So we'll put some glass in this side and this side. Et voila, like so. We also need to put in the reactor power tap. So the power tap will probably be on... Well, we're going to put it on this side, like so. Put it there. Yep, that's the power tap. We also need to have somewhere getting fuel in and out, so I'll have the access port there. We also need a reactor control rod. Have I put the wrong thing down? Oh, that's reactor controller. I need controller on top. Oopsie daisy. Let's just smash you up. Put the reactor control rod in place instead. Whoopsie diddly squid. Just realised I did not mean to put 3 blocks of steel down there, so I'm actually going to smash them up real quick. Replace them with reactor glass, like so. Just plonk you down on the outside. We'll have the 1, 2, 3. We'll have the reactor controller wherever you've gone. We'll put you there, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be everything in place, apart from the top. Whoops, the daisy. So I'm going to have to break my way in. Smash my way in, like so. Perfect. Then we need some... Rest of the reactor casings can go in the roof, like so. Bosh. That should be everything in place now. If we put that last bit in, there we go. So the reactor controller is now working. Although what I've just realised is, because this is only this high, I've actually got no way of getting into the top of it. Oh, bollocks. Let me just kind of like smash upwards a little bit. Can I go up one more? That is the question. There we go. That was not what I wanted to do. This is kind of going outside the bounds of my base right now, so just replace that like so. We're just going to bash along a bit. There we go. Need to have... what's the word I'm looking for? Just going to tear up the place for a second. I'll put it all back in a minute. Just so I've got enough... Just so I've got access to all of the... what's the word I'm looking for? So I need to be able to smash up this reactor casing. And then what I need to do is put all the resonant ender and the redstone, basically as source blocks, all the way around the outside of my fuel rod. So we just smash all this up, and then I can replace it in a second. I'll put all the dirt and things back at the same time. Oh, bloody hell. Let's make sure I actually take it out. There we go. Go suck all this up. I think that's all in place, apart from... Oh, let's make sure I get all of that. I don't want to have to pick up all the resonant ender and stuff like that. So what I want to know is, can I put resonant ender and... So that's gone down there. It's kind of flowing. Can I put... Yep, I can put them next to each other, which is quite cool. That's what I was worried about, that I wouldn't be able to put kind of alternating resonant ender and... destabilized redstone next to each other. So I think I've used up all of the resonant ender, so just gonna put the rest of you down. Have I got too many? Have I got too many buckets? One goes there. I think I got one too many. I think I only needed 8 and I've got 9, so that doesn't look too bad. What I've always wondered, does that hurt you at all going into resonant ender? Oh, bloody hell. But apparently you teleport if you jump in it, which is very weird. I did not know that. Let's go down. Yeah, apparently going resonant ender actually teleports you, which is quite crazy. Never knew that. What does redstone do? Apparently nothing, so very weird. Oh, I've just realised I put these on the wrong place. Let's pull you guys up, because apparently I've been an idiot. So yeah, I've put them all one too high, so I'm going to have to scoop all of these buckets of lovely goo up, like so. Let's keep grabbing buckets. I need to put them down one, don't I? Because the reactor casings are going to go in on this level. Whoops-a-daisy. So let's grab some resonant ender, destabilized redstone, sorry. Is that all of it? I've got one more block to pull up. There we go. So I think that's all of it now. So I need to put it in one further down. So let's do that. So what I want to do, let's put one resonant ender in there. One in there. Yeah, the resonant ender is a bit more expensive to... what's the word I'm looking for? You need quite a few ender... You need like 4 ender pearls per bucket of redstone ender, so I kind of skimped a little bit and went for a bit of destabilized redstone as well. Here we go. So this basically cools all the reactor down and increases the overall efficiency of it, which is quite cool. One there, and then need one in that corner, I do believe. Or am I missing one? So that should all be filled up. So I've got 1, 2. Is that all of it? I think it is. So I need 4 buckets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I've got 2 spare buckets of destabilized redstone. Fair enough. Now that's all back in place, we can actually replace all of these bits with the reactor casing again, like so. Let's start putting back all of the cobblestone and dirt that we dug up, like so. We'll put all you back like that. There we go. Just go. Let's neaten this whole thing up so we don't have a big old mess. Tempted to put some kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like access. I might put like a kind of access tunnel in here just so I can get hold of the reactor. What's it called? The reactor control rod, like so. So let me just kind of dig that up, like so. Smash you up, like that. And then what I want to do is have a little kind of tunnel. So let me just replace some of you with cobblestone. 1, 2, 1, 2. Have this as a little access shaft to the top of my reactor control rod, and I can just dig the rest of this out. Keep it as cobblestone so it looks reasonably in keeping with the decor. So just put you back like that. There we go. So we've got a nice little access tunnel to my reactor control rod. And as you can see, we've got resonant ender and destabilized redstone all kind of flowing around there, which is quite nice. So yeah, we now need to put some fuel in. So we've got 5 for now. That should be a little fair amount. So how's it looking? So 41% fuel. So we're going to need to go grab a little bit more yellorium in a second. So let's get this power tap set up and hook back up to the rest of my redstone system. So it's offline. So activate reactor. There we go. So let's see how much redstone flux is going to be producing this time. So already it's going crazy high in comparison. So we're all the way up to double what we had before, but I think this might go up even further if we increase the amount of fuel. So let me go grab some more yellorium. We'll go up like so. Oh, I love those elevators. Very, very sweet. Let me just dump all of this back in my system, as I don't need it. And then we need yellorium. So let's just grab 20 for now. Go down in the elevator. Go to the reactor. Oh, need the fuel in like so. So that should have filled it all up. There we go. So we're up to, wow. We're up to almost 2,000 redstone flux per tick. And I'm fairly sure you can have this going mega high, like in comparison. So we're up to almost 10 times the amount. We're over 10 times the amount of redstone flux per tick that we had before, just by increasing it to a 5x5 reactor and keeping it nice and cool. So you can see the core heat is 477. Probably ideally what I'd like to do is just have this all as resonant ender flowing down, and maybe even have source blocks the entire way around the fuel rod. But I'll get around to that eventually once I get enough redstone in place. So we're just going to leave that running for a while. So that is providing us with 1,500 redstone flux per tick, which I think is far more than... Oh, bit of lag there. Very weird. Which I think is far more than all this provides. So I think each of these... does it tell me somewhere again? I can't remember. Dynamo. Shift for details. Generates energy, redstone flux. Oh, does not tell me. I can't remember how much redstone flux per tick one of these generates. I think it's like either 8 or 80. I can't remember off the top of my head. But even so, that's not going to be producing anywhere near as much as this one big reactor on its own. So yeah, I think once I start to, once I can cool it even better with more source blocks of like destabilized redstone and what's the one I'm looking for? Resonant Ender. We should be looking grand. So that is nicely set up. Got a massive amount of redstone flux coming out of that. What you can also do is have more fuel rods. So for example, you could have fuel rods in all 4 of the corners and then have fueling like right down the middle, which is probably what I'll look to do at some point once I get more Yellorium. But yeah, I think this video has been fairly successful. I've shown off some of the things I've been off to up camera. I've managed to upgrade my big reactor to hold like crazy amounts of to generate crazy amounts of redstone flux. Yeah, like I said, for the next episode, I think what I'm going to do is build myself a wind farm on top of my tree, which would be quite cool. Then maybe the episode after that, I might look to do some Thorncraft stuff, so start to do a little bit more research, which would be quite cool. So if we can make some cool Thorncraft stuff, which would be wicked. I've never really got into Thorncraft, and it's one of those mods where I'm like, I really should get into Thorncraft, and never really got around to it. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode. As always, guys, it's nice to see you comment. Great interacting with you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.